Okay, so tool number one to exit the matrix. Tool number one is what I call the destination and the map. And this is taught in a video series that I recently did called Find Your Perfect Career. Now you're saying, wait a second, I want to exit the matrix. What is this Find Your Perfect Career thing all about? It's a really good question. In order to exit the matrix, you have to know where the physical location of the matrix is. Where is it? A lot of people have said that, and I want to laugh when I say this, a lot of people have said that the exit to the matrix is at the North Pole. And I think to myself, how convenient. Because how many people do you know has the funds to get to the North Pole? So just because you've seen that on YouTube, the exit to the matrix is at the North Pole, what good does that do you if you don't have the money to get there? If you don't have the resources to get to the North Pole, then you can't exit. Well, the good news is that the exit to the matrix is not in the North Pole. It is here in your heart center. There's a tiny little space in your heart center that is actually a portal to infinity. And just me telling you that, just like saying that the exit to the matrix is at the North Pole, does you no good because you don't have the resources to get there. You don't know how to get there. This is set up. The matrix is set up. You set it up in a certain way so that there were certain steps you had to go through to achieve the exit. So this is the first one. You have to know where the exit is. This is what I call the destination. And then you have to know how to get there. So even if I tell you that the exit to the matrix is at the North Pole, how the hell do you get there? You're going to have to find a map. You're going to have to find somebody who knows how to navigate that. Fly there or go on boat or however you get there, sled dog, an Eskimo, somebody has to know how to get there. This is the map. So the destination is living your career. Now, career, when I grew up, a career was something that you did. You went and worked your ass off for somebody else, and you got money for that, and you had got just enough money to survive, and you kept going back, and you were a slave to that job. Or if you were born rich, or you happened to be a genius, then you could create your own company and work for yourself. But even so, those people, they spend more than 8 hours a day. The average worker spends 8 hours a day and goes home. The guy who runs the business is there before the workers can get there. He's there after the workers get there. He's working 10, 12 hours a day, and he has all this money, and who cares because he's dying of stress. I'm here to tell you that your destination is being able to have the universe pay you a lot of money just to be yourself. Most people don't know who their true self is. You may think you know, and this is one of the illusions that keeps us trapped in the matrix. Well, if I just had enough money, which is why people work their ass off and create companies and work 12 hours a day doing things maybe they like, maybe they don't like, but they have no time to actually live their life. That is not a career. A career is you get paid by the universe to be yourself. Most people don't know who they truly are. Built within you, programmed within you, is something that gives you the greatest joy and purpose in your life, and it will not be work. I made a promise to myself years ago. I said I was no longer going to work for other people. I was only going to do what I wanted to do, and I was going to get paid to do it. Now, I didn't know how I was going to make that happen. I just knew that that's what I was going to do. And since I pondered on that and meditated on that puzzle, how to make that happen, what I discovered is that within each of us is our own perfect life, our own perfect adventure. And when we travel that adventure, the one that's programmed within, the matrix, because it must follow certain rules, has to pay you money. Has to pay you as much money as you can stand having and live in your perfect reality. The universe will pay you to be who you truly are. So this is the first tool. And that's why a lot of people are seeking a career, but what they really are seeking, they don't know it, but what they're really seeking is to tap into that program in that tiny little spot in that space of infinity. When they tap into that, that will tell you where you want to go, and it'll tell you how you want to get there, specifically. Now, the exit to the matrix is going to be a different portal for you than it is for me. You know, when I was growing up in the 60s, we watched a lot of Star Trek, the old Star Trek, and there was one Star Trek episode where Captain Kirk and Spock and Dr. McCoy were on a planet that was going to explode. And these people had created a technology where you could create a portal, and that would take you into the past. And that way they would avoid being destroyed by the apocalypse that was coming to their planet. Now, the problem is, though, that if you try to go through somebody else's portal, you won't make it in. You had to be programmed. Once you picked the time that you wanted to live in, you had to be programmed, and then once you were programmed, you went through that portal. But once you had been programmed, if you didn't go through that portal, you would die. That is the perfect, a lot of times these things are channeled. That is the perfect description of you finding your exit. Your exit is going to be different from mine. If I try and walk through your portal, I won't make it. I have to walk through my portal. My portal is here. You can meditate your whole life to try and get to that portal, and most people won't. A lot of people do. They go up on mountaintops, they go into jungles, and they meditate, trying to meditate on that little spot in their heart to get to that infinite place. I found you don't have to do that. The easiest way to do that is to find your portal, which is what it is that you do that you want to do that makes you the happiest. And when you figure that out, the universe starts throwing money at you to go do it. So that's tool number one. So to get started with that, click Buy Now. You'll be taken to a page which will give you links to the 4 tools. The first 3 are video teachings that I have done before. And this first one is Find Your Perfect Career. There's a bunch of videos there which will take you through the process that I took myself through. And every time that somebody calls me on the phone, they pay me money. Again, they pay me money to tell them what I've already done for myself. And they want to know what their perfect career is. And I take them through a certain series of questions, and I teach them what to look for. And by the end of that hour, they know where to go, and they know their destination, and they have their map. Then you will be given access to the other 3 tools as well. But that's the first one. If you want to hear about what the other 3 tools are, go ahead and watch the videos below as I upload them. If you don't want to spend time doing that and you don't have any of these video teachings, just click Buy Now and you'll be directed straight to that page. You can click on the links and start learning how to exit your matrix right now. All right, stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be the second tool, which is the vehicle to get you to the destination. Now that I've told you need to know the destination and the map, it's great. You know where you're supposed to go, but you need now a vehicle to take you there. That is tool number 2, which we will talk about next.